Whew. Hello and welcome to this video. The days are numbered. Your days are numbered, and so are mine. Your days are numbered, and so are mine. I've been looking a little bit into the music. You see, I have a bit of a problem. I mean, I can play some music. I can imitate things. I imitate sounds and words, and I'm probably a musical fellow. Reasonably musical fellow, you know. I've had a little bit of education in music, but not a great deal. And I've enjoyed the mathematical things. I'm not a very good mathematician. I got a O-level arithmetic. So I was experimenting with the sounds and learning, but there's a terrific amount of science involved in this music, because the sound is a sound, and then it's divided up, and there are all the history of the scale and different scales, and all that kind of stuff. So it's very interesting. But I was going to share with you some of my findings. If you are at all interested in any of this, please feel free to comment regarding it. Things I noticed, of course, is that we have the scales are all, everything instrument is, well, I mean the fiddle is not, because there's no frets. But a keyboard such as this one is rather noisy, and it's all semitones. I would like to know who decided to divide up whatever the spectrum of sound is, the frequency that moves through from a low pitch to a high pitch, and at any time it's a pitch, but if it's moved from, let's say, a low pitch to a high pitch, we've got you see where I'm coming from. There's this, whatever it's called, I don't know these things, this frequency that this thing is got. And then of course the tone of it depends on the instrument, whether or it's a voice, or it would have been the first. And blowing in a whistle. And of course a fiddle doesn't have frets, and you can play any frequency or tone, but then the ears think it's out of tune and go, and some people don't notice the difference, and some people do. So there are all these questions regarding how you perceive something. Why does one person know that is the difference? What is this, and how is this manifest? I'd love to know all this. But anyway, we'll try and carry on. As sober as the judge. There is the semitones, and if all on a piano keyboard or on a fretted instrument, it's all semitones, and they're all named different names, different cultures, named in different parts of the world, named different in history. And we've got the modes and the scale, and it depends though how you perceive where the scale is, because you could, one body might think it's minor, another person think it's major, depending on what root note they were given. If they were giving different root notes, they would be different things. Are you looking at me strange, cat? I know. So, if we say in the key of A on the white notes of this keyboard, of course initially there was a discord there because of my lack of ability to judge where my fingers were going. But anyway, so, are you still there? Oh, good. Now, I'll try and get the point made. So, here we are. It's a tone, so there's it's grouped into tone, semitone, tone, semitone, tone, semitone, tone, semitone, tone, semitone, semitone. Are you scared, cat? I would be. So, a major scale. And we know that tone, semitone, semitone. And then we have 4 intervals. But the thing about these, this is the point I was trying to come to. These intervals, I never realized that a raised fifth was the same as a third. I mean, that's just mind-blowing because, I mean, it doesn't sound particularly nice, but that's just your third. Depends what key. So, the third is behind, you know, or you know, a third, say, okay, so, C to E. We've got this, this is the third, it's very obvious. But then if you put the third below it, it's a third, but an octave lower than this third. But you have to be able to tell the difference between this octave. But you hear something, but it's all just the sound. But individual perception makes it. But collectively we do have an understanding of music. Most people do. I don't know the answer to that. I'd like to find out. But, so, but that third, that same third, I don't know if it's been thirds all along because of those anyway. But we have this definitely C to E, third, C with E on the bass there. Now that is a raised fifth from the E to the C. A fifth consists of 7 semitones, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, 8. Sorry. Wow, 8 notes. 7. If you can't start on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Gets us our fifth. A raised fifth is 9. But if you play it with the C on the bass, it's most godless dissonant. However, it's the same here with the C and the E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And if we add the C on the ball bass, pleasant. However, if we just put a C to the raised fifth, which is meant to be in all laws and rules the third, the third other way probably named for it, I don't know. Why is that? Why is it so discordant? That's meant to be one of the most beautiful 2 notes in history. But they're not. They're awful. But anywhere, if you play third anywhere else, you won't get that. But it all depends on what's going on with your ears. Could that become discordant if you imagined it so? Maybe so. It's really hard to, but anyway. But if you put the root, the basis of everything, not so bad. You can't get lost if you ground it, root it, around it, and root it to the earth. But I'm very sorry, Kitty. I know you're alarmed. I am slightly psychotic at this point. But anyway, 10 minutes. And other things, so that's a third. Don't think so, but it is. Well, it's not a third. Anyway, I don't know, it must be different. And often again, so a fifth easily becomes a fourth when you put it the other way. When you put the fifth back away, you put the fifth note an octave down. So fifths are always fourth and fifth, no problem. But I didn't realise that third's other side, dark side, let's say, was the raised fifth, or augmented fifth. Are you still there? Okay, good. I'll finish off now. Of course, the sixth, very interesting. Another one, sixth. A sixth, of course, becomes a third. But how can a sixth be the same as a raised fifth? Because that's clearly not. Sixth, raised fifth, augmented fifth. But they're the same thing? Can anybody out there tell me what's going on? Sounds different. So a sixth. Let's just see how many semitones a sixth has. It can't be 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 semitones. Sorry, but there we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But now I'm getting to it. So 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That doesn't always appear the same. If we use the semitones, if we divide it into the smallest amount it can be, the sixth is 10. 10 semitones. And this, which is the third, or the third, with the C, with the E on the base, is 9. So a sixth note of the scale has to be 10 semitones, and it also, if you put the sixth back over there, oh my god, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you get thirds all over again. The kitten is fast asleep. But anyway, stay where you are. I mean, go anywhere you wish. I'm trying to figure this out so you can sleep at night knowing full well somebody here is trying to figure out the fucking secrets to the damned universe, because I believe, and so do other people believe, that music is in fact the whole creation. It was created with a flattened fifth.